One small habit after meals, quietly destroying your blood vessels every day. You've just finished a hearty meal. You feel full, maybe a little sleepy, and you move on to do what you've always done. Something so familiar, so normal, you wouldn't think twice. It feels harmless. Some might even say it's healthy. But what if I told you this one small habit after meals could be silently damaging your blood vessels every single day, inch by inch, without any pain or warning? There's no chest pain, no dizziness, no visible symptoms. Just a quiet deterioration of your arteries, your heart, your brain, until one day something suddenly goes wrong. A blood clot, a heart attack, a silent stroke. Especially after age 60, when your body no longer bounces back the way it used to, these small daily routines can become ticking time bombs, hiding in plain sight. If you're still doing any of the following 7 things right after eating, it might be time to stop before it's too late. 1. Taking a shower right after meals, refreshing for the body, shocking for the heart. To many, a warm or cold shower after a meal feels cleansing and relaxing, but inside your body, something else is happening. When you eat, your blood flow shifts. More blood is sent to your stomach and intestines to support digestion. But when you step into a shower, especially one that's cold, your body tries to regulate its temperature. Blood is redirected to the skin and extremities, away from the digestive organs. This sudden redistribution can lead to reduced blood flow to your heart and brain, especially if your arteries are already stiff or narrowed due to age or plaque buildup. The result? Dizziness, fatigue, or in some cases, sudden drop in blood pressure that increases your risk of stroke or heart complications. It feels like a small act of self-care, but for aging arteries, it can be a dangerous stress test, repeated day after day. 2. Drinking strong tea after meals, soothing on the surface, but quietly harming your red blood cells. Tea is a cultural staple. Many older adults find comfort in a hot, strong cup of tea after meals. But here's what's hiding beneath that soothing ritual. Teas rich in tannins, like black or green tea, bind with iron from your food, especially non-heme iron from plants, making it harder to absorb. Over time, this can lead to iron deficiency anemia, particularly in older adults whose absorption is already less efficient. And when you're anemic, your heart must pump harder to compensate for the reduced oxygen delivery. This chronic strain can slowly weaken the heart muscle and damage arterial walls. Not only that, tea polyphenols can also interact with certain proteins and fats in your meal, forming insoluble compounds that disrupt digestion and may lead to low-grade inflammation in the vessels. A peaceful habit that may be slowly draining the strength from your heart. 3. Smoking after eating, the most dangerous habit disguised as relaxation. I need a smoke to help digest this meal. That's a line many older smokers still live by. But this post-meal cigarette could be doing 10 times more damage than usual. Why? After eating, your body increases blood flow to the stomach. Smoking at that moment introduces nicotine, carbon monoxide, and other toxins into a system already in high gear. This magnifies the harmful impact, leading to vessel constriction, increased clotting, and decreased oxygen delivery. One study found that a cigarette smoked after a meal is equivalent to 10 smoked on an empty stomach in terms of damage to your heart and vessels. Over time, this habit thickens the walls of your arteries, increases blood pressure, and accelerates the formation of plaque, setting the stage for a fatal heart event or stroke. 4. Exercising immediately after meals. Good intentions, bad timing. Physical activity is essential, but timing matters. Exercising, keen especially intensely, right after eating forces your body into a tug-of-war. Your muscles demand oxygen-rich blood, but so does your digestive system. The result? Both are compromised. This can lead to poor digestion, nausea, cramps, or even fainting. For those with existing heart conditions or reduced circulation, the consequences can be even worse. A temporary drop in cerebral blood flow, or a sudden spike in blood pressure that your aging heart may struggle to handle. Light walking after 30 to 45 minutes is fine, But brisk walks, heavy chores, or gym sessions immediately after eating, they could quietly chip away at your cardiovascular resilience. 5. Lying down right after meals. Comfort for the body, strain for the system. We all know that heavy, sleepy feeling after a big lunch or dinner, and lying down may seem like the perfect solution, but it's far from harmless. When you lie flat with a full stomach, you put pressure on your diaphragm, making breathing slightly more difficult. At the same time, your insulin spikes, especially if you've eaten something sugary or carb-heavy. Over time, this post-meal lounging can contribute to insulin resistance, weight gain, and even type 2 diabetes, all of which directly damage your arteries and increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Even worse, blood flow slows down in a reclined position. In older adults, this can lead to venous pooling and increased clot risk, especially if they remain inactive for long periods. 6. Drinking cold water, refreshing but potentially harmful to your vessel walls. After a spicy or salty meal, an icy drink feels amazing, but this cold shock may cause vasoconstriction, narrowing of blood vessels in your digestive tract, temporarily impairing both digestion and circulation. For people with sensitive or aging cardiovascular systems, this constriction may cause mild arrhythmias, bloating, or even trigger silent ischemia, where your heart gets less oxygen without causing pain. It's a small act, but repeated thousands of times over years, it becomes another quiet contributor to vascular wear and tear. 7. Washing dishes right after eating, an underestimated posture problem. It sounds innocent, even responsible, but bending forward for extended periods, especially right after a meal, compresses both your abdominal cavity and the vessels that supply blood to your brain. For seniors, this posture, especially when combined with the after effects of a heavy meal, can cause dizziness, weakness, or shortness of breath. It may even temporarily lower blood pressure and reduce cerebral oxygen supply. Over time, repetitive strain in this position can also affect digestion, aggravate reflux, and indirectly impair nutrient absorption, further compromising vascular health. These 7 post-meal habits are common. Most are done out of comfort, culture, or habit. But what's common isn't always harmless, especially as we age. Your arteries don't scream, your heart doesn't beg, but day after day, these small routines wear them down, quietly, relentlessly. You don't need expensive treatments or miracle diets. Sometimes longevity starts by removing what slowly kills you. So today, make a small change. Break one bad habit after meals, then another, because your future, your strength, your life may just depend on it.